Hey guys, welcome back to another iteration of the My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reads. We got the new chapter, chapter 413, and I'm here with Mark.
Hey.
Mark, there's something that we always do before every new chapter, and what would that be?
Recap episode!
Yes, it's the recap episode, as I fix my hair. Chapter 412 here. I was saying earlier that, these two chapters that we got going on, I took a little sneak peek at 413 just by just clicking on the link. And I was like, they always like to just surprise us now with, the jump scare. So, 412 starts with, the in comes the giant fist from Midoriya. I actually really liked this chapter in the sense that it kind of hinted with the title card that Midoriya was going to risk it all and he was going to go crazy. He was going to go buck wild.
I'm about to go off.
Midoriya has a record of kind of going like just from jump, unleashing everything he can in order to stop the greatest evil. Although he's been definitely advised not to do that.
He said, your body can't take any more of that.
Mm-hmm. But I also understand at the same time because he has a lot more tolerance now. So maybe he can take it. Maybe he can, but
Maybe. Especially since now he's got Black Whip that's able to support his body from the inside.
oh, that's true. So he does send out his strongest Delaware smash, and he was about to do more with that. But yeah, I love how he integrates Black Whip for almost everything. Just not to support him, but also just act as some attacks here and there. He's even used it for defense. Let me see.
Swing around like Spider-Man.
Pretty much the predecessors are stop. Well, it's mainly our boy Banjo. He's like, you gotta be careful. And it's at a point where they're kind of some of the strongest characters, at least in Japan.
Oh,
and everyone else is like, yeah, we're gonna just leave you guys to that.
Where it's like, we'll keep a distance.
We'll keep a distance in our other respective countries, except for one, which we will talk about in just a little bit. So obviously, otherwise they are the strongest characters to fight each other in their own series here. And so I, what it will cause it to lean in one way or another, because Deku's kind of struggling as he still tries to save Shigaraki, and Shigaraki's just like, nah, I'm good. But Deku just won't give up on that. And that's when we shift over into the consciousness of One for All, and we see the users, even the vestige, little tiny I guess the vestige of All Might looking out. He notices something, and we see a finger pointing out, and it looks like Star's finger pointing out into the depths. And then we are left with one last panel that says, the time has come to part ways with One for All. And we made our speculations last chapter, but let's go ahead and just jump into 413 now. Because I gotta tell you, 413, you look at the first page, and what series is this? I'm looking at
We remember this from a long time ago.
Yeah. So, it starts with the vestige of All Might. He's noticing this. It's Star, right? Star actually had infiltrated Shigaraki's body, when he had taken her quirk, and that essence of her has been causing riots across, similar to how Hawks was doing his own thing in One for All, or sorry, All for One. Just taking everybody out, just destroying as many quirks as possible. But yeah, this panel just shows her wrecking havoc, but she's also not so good looking herself right now.
She's kind of disintegrating.
The detail on that one dude's eye, at the very bottom, almost looks like Attack on Titan.
That's Star's eye.
Is that Star? Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, right. That makes sense.
It does look like Attack on Titan.
That's crazy. Because all right, so we jump into the next page, and obviously it's showing more of that, and it looks like they're or at least Star has found something. I kind of remember this because it's well, actually now you can get a better picture of it. It's kind of like it's got a little bit of static on it as a panel, and it's doing that because it's yeah, it's that little boy, the one that Deck is trying to save. They found him.
He is in there.
And that's what Star had witnessed before she like completely dissipated away. We cut to the big gaping like whatever you call that Shigaraki is just like created in his own little like all for one space.
It's like a big ball made out of what looks like buildings.
Buildings. It's kind of like, to put in perspective, it's kind of like Planetary Devastation Naruto. In Naruto. But with buildings. Yeah, but oddly enough, we got this like full like illustrated Star just pointing out to just that gigantic unit, and she just says master. There's a forlorn little boy inside there, inside this little crack within the depths, and out of consciousness you see All Might in the next page. He snaps out of it, but someone's like calling out to him, All Might. He snaps out of it. He's like, huh? And it's Edge Shot. Little tight Edge Shot here.
Edgeworm.
Edgeworm. Would you still love me if I was a word? Edge Shot, get out of here.
Poor Edge Shot.
You'll meet your end should you drift off now. Remain conscious. I guess that's true. Yeah. That is getting kind of close.
Yes, it's been known some people like staying awake will probably be the best chance of survival in certain situations.
Mm-hmm. When you get this panel looking out from like All Might and Edgeshot's perspective, it's just destruction. But
it's a battlefield.
Edgeshot's continuing on. Without an earpiece, I do not know the latest news, but Midoriya is likely battling. What was it? All Might is getting back up. A dream? No, I know the sixth sensation. Just like back then, right when he put his arm on like the casted Midoriya, he just had like that vision of like him kind of like mingling with his vestige, passing on information. Even this far apart, I can feel one for all. Its very will finds its way to me. He's forever bounded with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take these 2 pages here too.
Oh, yeah.
The power that we spun together, bit by bit, is coming unraveled. Man, dude. Is it from the city to just like nearby Mount Fuji?
Fuji's sitting there like, please stop him.
Man, I don't know about you, but oh no, it's Mount Everest. I get like a lot of the dark news from, as far as like, there's more to Mount Everest than meets the eye.
Oh, dude, people die on Mount Everest all
the time. But you know what? I gotta say, it does a good job preserving them.
True, because they're frozen.
Well, yeah, like their bodies are like just there, but I guess to be fair, like unless they're like kind of caught between something, they're just going to be rolling back and forth, and I'm like, that's kind of sad.
My question is, why does no one clean them up?
I mean, do you want to go up there and try to clean them up?
But it's like, you think they do something.
I think maybe a lot of people have like just tried to do that, but they're like, it's just kind of dangerous within itself to go retrieve them.
So they're like, let nature take its course.
Let their bodies just rest up there.
They're frozen.
Because I think it just comes down to like, it's way too dangerous to even just ascend there. We'd love to rescue them all, but like, we may also add to the numbers.
True.
And so I think that's what it came down to. But last page from me here. Just a shockwave here.
Is that a Final Flash?
Yeah, kind of. We might see a reference here and there. But yeah, Shigaraki's he's like, what the hell was that? How could she be floating through my head? Ah, so all of a sudden it wasn't just like it wasn't start just there for the sake of everyone for one for all side. Shigaraki kind of felt that too. And he continues, "You should have been totally obliterated." I also missed the chapter title in the previous page. Um, Lead in mass, I believe. That's what I'm gonna say.
Leaden mass, like a
Lead in
mass of
mass.
lead.
Gotcha. As long as people stand up to save each other, this is a quote. Someone will inherit the will of heroism. And then it goes back to
I
Shigaraki.
believe that's from Star.
Yeah, I think so. Shigaraki's like dead and gone. Yet your embers dare haunt me. Meanwhile, we have Deck here.
Boom!
Boy, it's shamovin', whether he wants to or not. But
Go to the
yeah.
next page.
All right, go ahead.
Wham! Wham! Crack! Thud! Dude just skipped across the land like a damn rock across a lake.
Mm.
You could see the trail where he skidded through. It
Gee.
looks like he used black whips to stop himself.
Yeah.
You see
Jeez.
there. He looks like he's struggling to breathe. You see, thing of All Might. You can be a hero. Then we see this is the vestiges. This is the best. I think this is either Izuku or the best. I'm gonna say this is Izuku because it looks like that coming from his head. It
Yeah,
says,
he's thinking about it, but they obviously can
"What?
hear him.
Yep. What do you mean? I have to part ways with One for All? Why? Explain it to me second." And then we see the second talking. Calm your heart, or else he'll catch wind. You see that dark building like mass of like a bubble essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That dark mass within Shigaraki, solid as a ball of lead.
Mm.
It's made up of every little kernel of anger within him, his frustration, his discontent, and his memories too. And we're drawn together to a single united mass. We see this image of Shigaraki. Dude, this man looking like a whole ass menace.
Mm.
It represents his unshakable resolve, a spirit solidified by raw hatred. However, Yagi noticed a rift. As we see, it's like Yagi is All Might's real name.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we see his vest. They're talking about what he saw, what was inside.
Uh-huh.
Go to the next page. We see that one little crack. It's likely a scar from his battle against Star and Stripe. Not a physical scar, but a mental one that refuses to be healed up by his regeneration. Then we see Izuku. What's that got to do with One for All? Then we see second again. Now that he's absorbed All for One, Shigaraki is far too powerful. You don't stand a chance pitting strength against strength.
There.
So we attack from within.
Let's go.
The transfer of One for All will smash at that scar. We'll pry it open and give his soul a direct beating.
Oh my god.
Izuku right here. The transfer will smash the scar? How? Let me see, this is the seventh user. Hold on, none of this makes any sense. Transferring One for All will just give him more our powers to wield, like how he already absorbed Shinomori.
Mm.
Let me see the second here, answering. I'm using a broader meaning of transfer here. Try to keep up.
Damn. Bro, you slow as fuck. So
We see
yeah, step up.
All Might's vestige like gestures over at him, and he
Mm.
says, a visualization to get the gist.
Not the microwave.
The
Not the egg in the
microwave.
microwave.
And then you see the second smiles. Sure, I've got just the right analogy. When that childhood friend of yours hands you things, how does he do it? He's just like, like he's like, oh, Let me see. That sort of transfer can wound. It can even break the thing being passed. We'll be putting that idea into practice with One for All itself.
Huh. All right.
Should I take this last one?
Let me see. Only if you want to. Because I see a lot of text dialogue. They're really getting into it.
Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this last one.
Okay.
But frankly, there's no guarantee it'll work. So I'll be the test run. So second is offering himself to be the test dummy here.
Oh no.
Remember how only Shinomori was stolen away earlier? If one piece of the whole can be
Heh,
stolen,
One Piece.
that's just
Sorry.
that we can also transfer a single piece at a time. We're the factors that were incorporated into One for All. That makes us components of the overall quirk. We see Banjo right there as a representation, but also special powered up factors in our own right.
Mm-hmm.
Throw me at him hard enough that I shatter into nothing, and I'll serve as an attack without even giving him control over my power.
Oh, okay. I see what they mean by that
Basically,
then.
basically just using him as I guess you could say a quote unquote bullet in a sense.
Right, because the last one was just like kind of a tap graze, like received by Midori. That's how he got his like quirk stolen. That's why he's able to use or Shigaraki is able to use the danger sense. But if the means is to throw the second user's quirk like it's just like a wine glass, then fair enough.
Right. And then we see here I see this is the seventh. As a test run though? Use me and my smokescreen instead. I'm the most useless right now. Basically say like Fajin's too dangerous, is basically what he's thinking.
Mm.
Then we see the second's like, no, we start with me. You're up, Ed. Ew, he's back.
Yeah, dude, I can't even recognize that.
Is that I can't tell if that's muscle or if my man really just needs some moisturizer.
You're right. No, it's both. He's caught up though. He's looking down. Again, we're still like in the consciousness. They're arguing. Gear Shift is the cornerstone of this fight. What if this doesn't go as planned, and then Shigaraki has your power on his side? Second Song users like, listen, if we don't act now, the boy's dead. Part ways with Gear Shift, and you'll be free of the crippling recoil too. Wait, does that work even after the fact?
You see, that's people are wondering. They're like, wait, is that how that works?
Because, like, I mean, maybe further on, maybe not, but, you know, what he's already done so far. But in any case, even by some horrible miracle he can make use of me, the backlash you're feeling right now should be transferred to him as well. I think
I guess in theory.
this is third user. Leader, I've been with you every step of the way, but this just seems too risky.
Thanks, Bruce.
Like I said, it's a bet. A gamble. We lived through cruel times, to say the least. When up against the wall, we had to make plenty of callous judgment calls. Next page. Deck is just listening on this. Nothing could be crueler than this current reality. But even so, this boy refuses to throw in the towel. I want to believe he's got the right idea. Getting him all this help from this is a quote. Getting all this help from you, All Might. I've been blessed. This is him training at that point. To really build that muscle just to go for that crazy moment. I should say. But he's getting up right now. He's like this is Nana.
Pain.
Even at this late hour, it's not that he's reluctant to relinquish power, nor does he fear death. No matter how impossibly daunting a mission he's been charged with, Toshinori, even after coming this far, he still regards One for All. And this is like going back to the flashback again. Take this to heart, kid. Past All Might. You've earned this power, fair and square. As it continues with Nana, as an irreplaceable gift and blessing from the hero he admires the most. I can't help but think about Maito, where it's like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you if you're gonna be like whispering. Mind you, he said that twice.
True.
But yeah, going back to My Hero here, we have Shigaraki. He's like, "What you muttering about down there?" So he's making the full on like approach here, but we're still in the contest. We're still trying to like figure it out here. Banjo, you stick with the boy in the end, to the end. Your black whip is what will keep him alive. 100%, 100%. Full facts.
Full effects.
Hey, watch over him. Yes, my hero.
Oh,
Oh, all right, all right.
that was the first user.
That's first user.
Yoruichi.
Yeah, but second's like, all right, now just have to hear from you, Izuku Midori. What do you say? It's gotta be tough for him too because he doesn't want to just part ways with them either. But he's like, I'll do it. Next page. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let me see if I can finish this off here too.
Sheesh!
Destruction, a lot of black whips. My guy, Shigaraki's arm is severed immediately. Sheesh, look at you. As we get this little tiny panel, I gotta like zoom in on this one. I can tell you're reinforcing, this is like from earlier before, I can tell you're reinforcing your tendons and muscles like from the inside. It's clear enough since those black coils show right through your skin. But yeah, look at you. I never guessed you were a hero. And this shows like, yo.
Woof, dude, full black whip Izuku goes hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. It's a cool little like gesture just to show like what he can do with Black Whip. Both in appearance and also like the ability of it. But you can see on his like left hand as they're like kind of like showing in the next panel that there's a little sparkle going on over there. And I think that's gonna be the active like passing of the second user's quirk. So this is it. To be continued, they said.
The only two who are going to stay with him are Yoruichi and Banjo.
Yeah.
So
Yoruichi is kind of the base of it all. And
so the second, the third, the second, the third, the sixth, the seventh.
It's going to be hard, but Nana's going to eventually have to pass on as well.
Yeah, the eighth.
Is that everybody?
Well, actually, no. All Might's the eighth, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, All Might is technically the 8th. So Nana's the 7th.
Oh, no, wait. All Might might be the 9th.
No, Deku's the 9th.
Oh, is it? Okay, making sure.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Yeah. So All Might's like 8th, Nana's 7th.
The
Smoke Screen 6th.
I forget his name at the moment, but yeah, the guy with the smoke screen is the 6th. And
who was 5th?
5th, I think,
Banjo?
is Banjo.
Okay, 4th is
the 5th.
4th is Danger Sense.
Yeah, Shinamori. Third is Bruce.
Bruce, Gear Shift, and then second one. I'm trying to remember.
I know.
It's
we
Kudo.
know his name.
Kudo.
Yeah.
Bakudo. I was like, yeah, I made that joke. It's coming full circle. Okay, I'm glad we were able to list them off.
To be fair, this makes absolute sense to me because who does Horikoshi love? What's Horikoshi's favorite superhero?
Horikoshi's I don't remember actually.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay.
So he keeps Black Whip. And who does he remind you of right now?
Always. I don't know.
Venom.
Venom. Nah, it's not Spider-Man, it's Venom.
It could be Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ah. I mean, like he's definitely made a lot of nods to Spider-Man just using it in the past. It would be really cool if, you know, as a final like send off, like, well, Banjo has to kind of like stay with him unless it's like one of those things where it's like Banjo has to like be transferred over because it's just not really like breaking down all the quirks. yet.
This is also how you know this fight's gotten real. Shirts come off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah.
It's also everyone I've seen comment on this, they're like, "Hey yo, let's look for Izuku goes hard."
Hmm.
It's like the feral black whip look. It looks pretty cool.
I'm actually glad that Deku never like got like an established like hero name aside from, well, I mean Deku, but I think Deku's also doesn't have any impact on like his appearance, so it's kind of made him easily like changeable, especially since
Yeah,
Horikoshi's gone on record in saying that like he's never really liked Deku's design. So the fact that he's able to like change it up here and there to his liking, I can appreciate
yeah.
that.
Find ways to make him like it.
Hmm. To make him like it.
But it's ways to improve his look on the design of Izuku.
Make it make sense.
He's like I don't love my main character's design, but I don't hate my main character's design. It's like,
Yeah.
eh.
I think for the sake of like story bits, like it works out just fine.
I've always liked Izuku as a design.
I've definitely liked the revision since his gym outfit.
Oh yeah, like I like the newer outfits more for sure.
I think the newer outfits have been like steadily like adding more stuff with like slightly different cosmetics on his like outfit.
Yeah, for the
Um,
enhancements so he could use his quirk better.
yeah, I think when it got to like shoot style, that was like kind of my favorite. But I understand utilizing Air Force, but I wasn't really the biggest fan of those gloves either. But fair enough.
The
I mean, like it
and
keeps
of and of
growing.
course there's also he's had to keep into account now he's got all the other quirks like he had to make use for float, black whip, smoke screen, Fajian, gear shift, and I think oh yeah, and danger sense.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where like his design had to be compromised a lot just to like make use of everybody's like quirks. But now you're kind of seeing him kind of downgrade because they have to do this. As Second has said, like there's this battling of strengths is not going to like work out in Deku's favor. So they have to do something else in order to like win against the big bad now, and that is
And
to
we
break
were right in
down.
the we were right in the theory that I thought about. I was like, yeah, yeah, that's where we're going with this.
Yeah, we have to have like an internal like all for one for all space because
I
that's
really
how.
do hope that we get to see like an internal show of the internal battle. I really want to see that.
Oh my god, that'd be so sick. I mean, Stars was really cool, but if it could just really just be like all hands, that'd be great.
I have an idea.
Although I'm really scared because if they could totally make this up, but if it is like all hands like in that space, and then you just see All Might like full form, I'd be so scared. I'd be like,
I
ah,
am here. That'd be pretty good. That'd be kind of hype, though.
that would be really high. But it's like, oh, that means that All Might's like gone.
I know that would make me so sad, but I'd be so sad and so hyped at the same time.
Hmm.
I will say this: I just had an amazing idea
Okay, okay, and then we'll call.
because they're going to save. They're going to go strike at his soul. We know Tamura is in there.
Yeah.
What if the second reaches his hand out to the boy just like he did Yoruichi?
Hmm.
Oh!
Oh my god, dude. They have all the possibilities to make this so emotionally like it makes us emotionally invested already. So if they were to like they could do it. They can easily like just make us super emotional about this.
Yeah, no, they could have the second reaching his hand to Tenko and Izuku reaching his hand to Shigaraki, and I'm just watching be.
Oh, so yeah, I can see that. Like if push comes to shove, it's like Lily passing on Yorichi, and it really is just an act, but also a sacrifice for Deku as well. You can become a hero, and from that moment on, passes it.
Oh,
But that's also like a risk there too, because uh, if it really is like front, like person to person reaching out, Deku runs the risk of being completely corroded.
I know. That's what I was saying. I'm saying like if it's say if As in like Izuku reaches out to him, and then Tenko's got his hand reached out, with the second, I'm be like, oh my, it's gonna be emotional.
Yeah. And then Deku become well. I would think that Deku just ends up becoming quirkless at the end, but if that was the act that causes it, it's like, yo.
This is the story of how he became the greatest hero.
Hmm.
And I will say, someone pointed something out. I was like, holy shit, they're not wrong. Do you remember that page Horikoshi made a long time ago when Uraraka and him were falling in the sky?
Yes, I do remember that one.
Someone pointed out, does he not look drastically like that right now?
I mean, that's kind of tough to say because there was also another moment where Deku was kind of like up in the air and whatnot. But yeah, granted, I mean, I don't think he had like a top on either. So he was like battle scarred or battle
So I
damage
was
Deku.
like,
So,
I was like, oh,
but like, let's be clear that Uraka is like completely passed out right now. So,
true. We don't know what'll happen. I do think, looking at this though, I'm I want to say 20 chapters at most, maybe.
they could wrap it up in 20.
I feel like that's because it feels like we're getting to the point of, as much as you want it to keep going,
Hmm.
how much further could we go from here?
Right, because right now it's just talking about Deku's story, and this is like the pinnacle and like what he's willing to sacrifice.
I would be curious if they do show us who is the next hero to inherit One for All,
Yeah.
or even if it's necessary after this.
Well, that was the thing is that they were always talking about how Deku would probably be the last one because like because you could pass it on to quirkless folks, but at the same time like the stamina like continues to build. All that compressed energy like continues to like add up
Yeah,
to a
it's
point
like
where
if
like no
someone,
one can control
if
it.
yeah, it's like and people who have a quirk can only use it for a shorter amount of time, whereas someone who is quirkless, like Yagi or Izuku, they could live their whole lives probably.
Probably. Because
But
yeah,
that's
I like the
because,
analogy
yeah,
of that because we talked about it. Like if you have a quirk and you're passed on to another quirk, technically you can't support both quirks. So your life expectancy goes down.
and
But
we
if,
put a bunch of them in there
but yeah, but as a quirkless person receiving one for all as just one quirk, you can actually do it.
because your glass was already empty.
Right.
And now your
Right.
glass is full. It just happens to be full of a bunch of shit.
Hmm. But it's still one quirk. Granted, that quirk will kill you. But yes. So, but also,
It would be
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, but even with that, like, power just continues to expand. So it won't be as easy as an egg in the microwave for the next person, unless they're just All Might and they're built different,
true for All Might. It was easy.
right? And also the fact is that what if, yeah, that's not even like thinking about like some evil designs going on where like they can engineer a person who's capable of holding like one for all, which is probably why they never want one for all to go public.
Kind of like Nines.
Yeah, pretty much. But alrighty, I think that's everything. Next chapter, I'm gonna just double check because I'm not sure if we even got like a date for that one. It says here on Shonen Jump, it's gonna be showing up in 15 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna be cooking with this one. And let me see. So if that's the case, we're on the 28th, and then I think that lands on the 12th. I'm not. I'm sorry to say, my boy, I'm gonna be gone. I'll be on a vacation, and I won't be coming back until like the following Monday, the 19th, or something like that.
We could read a little early.
We could not because we it's a different translation as well. Which,
True, but
granted, I'm not gonna like. I'm not saying like, oh, that translator is like bad or anything. But any
it's not.
case, guys,
It's normally fairly accurate.
yeah, just for the sake of like digesting like the source material and just like honoring like who we're currently following as far as the translator. Let's just keep it to that.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah. For now, we'll go ahead and call it here. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll eventually get back to this series with chapter 414. But for now, we're going to call it here. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye, everybody.